Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Leading candidate for Cowboys HC job drops out of race after taking NFC DC role. The Dallas Cowboys head coaching search feels like it is about to reach its crescendo, with Brian Schottenheimer close to signing a deal to become the team's head coach, but Pete Carroll also seemingly in the mix to become the team's new HC. The talk on Eagles OC, Kellen Moore has seemingly died down ever since his head coaching odds collapsed on betting markets on Monday, but it is not clear that he is totally out of the picture. This was originally reported by The Athletic, who broke that the 49ers would be bringing back their former defensive coordinator prior to his move to New York in 2021. Saleh has been one of 4 coaches interviewed for the position of head coach by the Cowboys, alongside Schottenheimer, Moore, and Bills defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier, along with the late surge news on Carrol. None of the talk over the past few days had Saleh as a true player in the Cowboys' head coaching sweepstakes, with Moore, and subsequently Schottenheimer, taking up the majority of the airtime. The buzz around Saleh to the Cowboys became quieter and quieter, and whilst the former Jet was never fully out of contention for the role, it never really felt like Jerry Jones was ever going to select him over 2 familiar faces who coached on the offensive side of the ball. Saleh was also considered a hot name for the Jacksonville Jaguars head coaching opening until Thursday evening, The Athletic reports. Saleh, who was fired in October as the New York Jets head coach 5 games into his 4th season, generated interest on the head coaching front and was seen as one of the front-runners for the Jacksonville Jaguars job. His situation took a dramatic turn Thursday when Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator Liam Cohen, who'd removed himself from the Jaguars head coaching search a day earlier, reinserted himself into the mix and became the favorite to win the job. What transpired between Wednesday and Thursday? The Jaguars parted ways with general manager Trent Baalke, making the job more attractive to Cohen. Saleh, meanwhile, was supposed to fly to Jacksonville late Thursday for an interview Friday, his second with Jacksonville. As the Cohen news broke, however, he cancelled that flight. With Cohen set to take the job in Jacksonville, Saleh seemingly knew his head coaching options were just about up, and decided to take back his old DC job for the San Francisco 49ers. Saleh immediately moves into a role with which he has familiarity with the system, knowledge of players that he already did an excellent job with, and a head coach with whom he has automatic chemistry with. And with many expecting a bounce-back year in San Francisco after a 2024 dogged with injury after injury, Saleh could well ride that train into a head coaching opportunity in 2026 or beyond. Cowboys could get boost as hometown rival star considers retirement. The Philadelphia Eagles ended the Los Angeles Rams season in the divisional round with a 28-22 win at Lincoln Financial Field. But they might have ended more than that. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford isn't getting any younger, and the Super Bowl winner is reportedly considering hanging up the cleats for good. And if he does? Teams like the Dallas Cowboys, who in 2025 will be trying to climb up from a 3rd-place finish in the NFC East, will be perfectly happy to have him out of the way. The 36-year-old is closer to the end of his career than the start of it, and once there are rumors about an impending retirement, it doesn't take too long for it to come to fruition. One person who would know more than most about Stafford's plans is his wife, Kelly. Speaking on the Morning After podcast, she gave her thoughts on Matthew potentially retiring. When you take your team from 1-4 to where they were, that is something to be extremely proud, Kelly said. So if he wants to be done, I'm going to fully support it. I'm going to be excited about it. I'm going to be excited that there's a next chapter in our lives that we're going to begin. If he doesn't want to stop now, I'm going to be excited too because I want to watch him. I would love to watch him again. But yeah, it's going to be solely his decision. I'm not going to be the one to pressure. So the ball is in Stafford's court, and maybe the way the season ended against the Eagles, and given how close the Rams came to upsetting Philadelphia, maybe he might want to have one more go around. As it happens, Dallas is 2-0 in the regular season against Stafford in his Rams career. But he's also been a Super Bowl winner, something that can't be said of the Cowboys, the adopted hometown team of the QB who once starred at Highland Park High School near downtown Dallas. Cowboys' Jerry Jones had informal talks with Pete Carroll about head coach position. The Dallas Cowboys are still looking for a new head coach, and there are multiple candidates who have already accepted jobs. Mike Vrabel landed with the New England Patriots, Aaron Glenn is with the New York Jets, and Ben Johnson will lead the Chicago Bears. Dallas will need to make a move soon, as the high-level targets are already being taken by other teams. The Cowboys did talk to Deion Sanders about their head coaching vacancy, which set the internet on fire. Now, they are looking towards another candidate that many might not have guessed. According to The Athletic's John Machota, Dallas still determining how it will go forward at head coach. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones did have an informal conversation with former Seahawks coach Pete Carroll, according to a source. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has apparently had informal talks with former Seattle Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll. Carroll's name had been mentioned along with the Bears, but the organization went with Johnston instead. It would be believed that Carroll would garner more interest from other teams, and it appears one such team is the Cowboys. Dallas shocked the NFL world when shockingly chose to move on from Mike McCarthy. Initially, Jones admitted he would be open to other teams calling to interview McCarthy. That did happen, as the Bears made a call to the Cowboys to see if they could interview McCarthy. At first, the request was ignored completely. Days following the request, it was flat out denied. The denial led many to believe that the Cowboys were working on a long-term deal with McCarthy, which became known. However, days later, both parties moved on. Dallas now needs a head coach, and they are doing their due diligence to bring in the team's next leader. The issue is many of the mentioned candidates have already been hired. There are still legitimate options such as Robert Saleh, Sanders, and now Carroll. Carroll spent the 2010 to 2023 seasons as the head coach of the Seahawks, before he transitioned into an advisor role for the organization. Following the year off from actually coaching, it was revealed he wanted to return. Carroll garnered interest from the Bears and Las Vegas Raiders, but not much beyond that. It will be interesting if Jones wants to bring in the former Seahawks coach to interview. Carroll was successful with the Seahawks, posting a 137-89-1 record. He also led the team to a Super Bowl victory in 2013. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Pete Carroll? Leave your opinion in the comments.